Alright, guys, so this is another Patreon request, and this one comes from Lamanta Benson, who Lamanta asked me to do a sequel to a story, to another Patreon request from a few months ago. Basically, what it is a story that. What it is basically a story that was a crossover between Wonder Woman and Marvel's Hercules. Not Disney Hercules. This is the Marvel Universe Hercules. And in that story, it dealt with Ares. This time, it's going to be a little different. So this story, what happens in this story is basically gore in the DC universe. So that's what we're doing here, is gore in the DC universe. So let's get into it. So basically what the idea is that after what happened in the first story, Ares is more or less like he's just beaten down. He is defeated. But what happened was when he traveled back to the DC universe, someone followed him. Like, he caused such a ruckus that someone followed him. That someone turned out to be none other than Gore the God Butcher. The God Butcher traveled, followed Ares back to the world, and is now in the DC universe. And the thing of it is that the DC universe never really touches on the other gods outside of the Greek gods, because of Wonder Woman and Aquaman. So the other gods are now fair game, and Gore basically just starts slaughtering them. And what happens is that Diana is called by the Aztec god, by one of the Aztec gods, or should I say one of the last surviving Aztec gods, and is like, Diana of the Mascara, we need your help. There has been this great evil that has been butchering our forces and our pantheon, and we don't know how to stop it. And we believe Diana surveys the just the chaos that has happened, like just the absolute, just utter chaos that has been going on, and more or less is like, shit, there is nothing I can do here. Like, there is like so little I can do in this situation. This is beyond me. So more or less what she decides to do is she's like, alright, I need help with this. So she goes to Cersei to help open up a portal back to the Marvel universe, because she's starting to piece together that Gore may be from that other universe. So she goes to the Marvel universe, and goes back to the Marvel universe and seeks out Hercules. She more or less goes out looking for Hercules, and Hercules she finds again, and Olympus is still kind of fucked up from what Ares did, and Zeus is not happy to see, the Marvel Zeus is not happy to see Diana in the first place, but thankfully Hercules is like, I'll deal with it, it's fine, father, it'll be cool. So Hercules is like, so Diana, what brings you back to our universe? And she goes, have you ever heard the name Gore the God Butcher? And Hercules is like, whoa. Yeah, I've heard about him. You know, my friend Thor. My friend and comrade in arms Thor did battle with Gore several times. If he's in your universe, you're gonna find out why they called you Gore the God Butcher. So, at first, Hercules is like, I would help you locate Thor because he has more experience. I have no experience battling the God Butcher, so I don't think I could be much of help. But sadly, Thor is off-world and I can't get to him. So Diana basically says, Hercules, I know you haven't battled Gore, but will you help me, drive this evil out of my home? Like, will you stop Gore from slaughtering the other gods? Like, please, I beg you, from one demigod to another, will you help us? And Hercules is like, is that even a question? Of course. So Hercules gathers his gear, and he and Wonder Woman travel back to the DC universe, where Gore is still in the midst of just butchering his way through all these gods. And he's like, he even makes a point of saying, like, in my universe, my only regret was I only got to kill you once. It's the universe is the multiverse is so kind to me. So he's double killing some of these gods that he did kill in the Marvel back in the Marvel universe. So once they arrive, they discover that Gore is doing something he didn't get to do in the Marvel universe, and that is actually attack Olympus. He never got around to attacking Olympus, but this time he is going straight for Olympus. Essentially, with the power of the Necro Sword, the All Black, he is just tearing his way through all these gods until Zeus is like, enough, I don't know who you are, but you will face the full wrath of Zeus. And he's like, funny, I always thought, I always heard stories of the great Zeus in my universe of being this arrogant son of a bitch. You fit that description very well in every universe. Of course, the DC Hercules is also there, and he tries to battle Gore. Gore kicks the shit out of him until getting his way to Zeus. It's by this point that Diana and Hercules, the Marvel Hercules, arrive, and Zeus is like, what? Another Hercules? How many? Did I spawn two? Like, what? And he's like, and Hercules is like, no, I'm your son from another universe. I came here because Gore is from my universe. And he's like, oh, so it's your fault he's here. He's like, no, God damn it. Hercules is like, you are such a prick in every universe. How can my father be this stupid in every goddamn universe? And Diana is like, well, I don't know what to tell you, man. If it's one thing I've learned is that gods are assholes, and Gore's like, on that we can agree. So, and he actually sees, like, when he sees Hercules, he's like, I get to fight another Hercules. I didn't get to meet you when I first battled Thor, and maybe the Amazon should have looked for the little Norse god. You're just the substitute. And Hercules is like, I am nothing like a substitute. So the battle's on, and Gore actually, like, when Gore's when the All Black gets hit, like, Diana used the lasso to entangle the All Black, it, like, has this horrible reaction to it. Like, the All Black has, like, this screeching effect, like that and the lasso, like, cancel each other out, and it temporarily, like, stuns Gore. And by this, Hercules, like, starts doing, like, these heavy blows, but even he's like, we can't fight him like this. We cannot battle Gore in this state. So he more or less has Ares and the other gods open another portal and throw him and Gore back to the Marvel universe. Before they do, he's like, Diana, it was an honor battling with you again. I hope, I don't know if our paths will ever cross again, but thank you. So Hercules and Gore are thrown back into the Marvel universe, and there you go. So once again, I'd like to thank Lamonta Benson for coming out, for sending me this Patreon request. And as always, if you would like to have a Patreon request done, just hit the link below, head on over to my Patreon, and hit the 4th tier, where you can send me requests for, videos to do here on YouTube. But other than that, hope you all enjoyed this. I'm Mr. Multiverse. I'll see you next time in the Multiverse.